Video today we're going to be reacting to What's Critical, another huge charity scandal, and he has his black shirt on, so we already know that he's super serious. Let's get straight into this.
Another content creator focused charity scandal bubbling over like a pot of pasta right now. It's only been a matter of weeks since the last one with the Completionist and the Openham Foundation, with all of the shenanigans that have been going on there for the last decade that got brought to light thanks to Carl Jobst and Mudahar spearheading all of that. And we didn't even get a refractory period. We were thrust into season 2 immediately with yet another huge charity scandal.
I would like to say that I have no idea what he's talking about, and I will catch up. I don't know what he's talking about right here.
Scandal situation in the space. And it's an organization that I'm sure all of you are at least familiar
I
with.
usually catch up after the videos
Softgiving.
on what he's talking about.
Buckle your seatbelt because this
I
is
should
about to
probably
be
do
a
that
wild
before
ride.
the videos, but I don't know what the video's going to be about.
For
Of
a
course.
couple of years now
So,
had been the go-to for charity
hard
fundraising
to know.
streams that a lot of Twitch streamers have used. We're talking the Goliaths in the space. XQC, Hassan, OTK, the list goes on and on with people that have used soft giving to raise money from their community for a good cause. And there was a lot of really great events that were run that used soft giving, raised a lot of money for some amazing organizations, and it all seemed like blue skies, smooth sailing, sunshine, and rainbows. And then about a year ago, I recalled there was a bit of shit flinging in the direction of soft giving, and I can't quite remember what it was about, because it never really blew up, but there were quite a few creators that came forward saying that they're done working with soft giving, and I thought I remembered them shutting down. But that must have been like a Mandela effect thing, kind of like Berenstein versus Berenstain Bears, although that one is not a Mandela effect. That is a legitimate fact that there must have been some kind of multiversal collapse that shifted our timeline, because I know for damn sure it used to be Berenstein, not Stain. So something went truly awry in the space-time continuum. We're getting down a rabbit hole already, don't wind me up on that topic. But anyway, I thought I remembered soft giving shutting down. Wasn't the case. It rebranded to something called Brandfluence and is still very much alive. But anyway, there was some controversy that happened with soft giving a year or so ago, and it died out very quickly. It just petered out like
what happened for it? Did the creators doing that just shut it down? How did it shut down? How would it have shut down?
a little wet fart. But a brand new bombshell report came out from Jacob Wolf that blew the lid wide open on soft giving. And through the investigation, found that roughly 42% of all the money that was raised from 2020 to 2021 actually went to soft giving instead of the charity that it was meant for.
Wow.
And they never prominently disclosed that to donors. That is an outrageous amount to be scraping on.
Wow. So all the stuff that those streamers did, it just went straight to them. They just took it all. Like they didn't give the charities like any at all. They just took it all. Wow.
Off the top here without letting anyone know that that's the case. They're basically treating it like
how did they not notice this sooner? Like just no money was going to charities and nobody noticed? Like I don't understand that. How did nobody notice this sooner? Just millions of dollars just gone and nobody notices. Okay.
Investments in soft giving at that point as opposed to actual charitable services here. It's fucking foul.
Exactly.
Now, since it wasn't prominently displayed to donors, streamers also didn't know that either. At least from all the streamers that have been outspoken about it, it seemed like they were also kept in the dark on that amount of money going to soft giving as opposed to the money they thought they were raising for the cause that they were supporting. That is absurd. 42% is not the industry standard. As shocking as that information might be to hear, there's no reason soft giving should be taking that much money, but they're basically just for profit. They're not actually there for the charity, they're there for the big fucking paycheck in their pocket, it seems. Allegedly. So let's strip this down to its birthday suit and weasel our way into its bare butt cheeks. What is soft giving? Soft giving is fundamentally just a middleman in this equation. So let's say I wanted to do a fundraising stream right now for an organization that will help me get taller. It's a cutting-edge group that's looking for the most effective means in bioengineering and medicine to increase my height from 5'6" to 6 feet. So instead of having my community donate directly to that foundation, fucking pipsqueakpowerup.org or whatever, I would partner with soft giving to have my community donate through the soft giving campaign, and soft giving would take that money that they donated and transfer it to that organization. They would take it and basically just be this conduit for the money to flow through to the organization that the stream is supposed to support. There's nothing in there that would justify taking 42 fucking percent for that effort of taking the money here and putting it over there. You know, we're not
Like million, bro. Can you even do? Did they not read the contract or something? Isn't there like a terms of service something that you have to read or sign for something like this to even happen? Like, is something happening? Is there in league trouble now? Like, what's going on here?
taking Bikini Bottom and moving it over there. We are doing the simplest process ever. 42% is an outrage. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And Soft Giving says that it gives you all the tools necessary to make the campaign as successful as it can be, but that's a bunch of hooey. There is nothing there that justifies that amount going to the administration costs or whatever fees that they're trying to say they incurred from doing that process. It's just ridiculous. To really highlight the anomaly of soft giving here, Jacob Wolf's report talks about its competitors like Tiltify and Donor Drive, which I think are two names a lot of you have also heard of. They're very popular as well.
I don't know them at all.
Read this to you. The process of donation funds passing through another charity before making their way to the intended destination is unusual. In the scenario where a third party manages the funds without the charity's oversight, there's far more likelihood of misuse and profiteering, said Zach Wiegall, the CEO of Charity Gamers Outreach. On those services, charities sign up and pay a monthly or annual service fee to allow influencers to set up their campaigns. As part of that process, those charities authorize Tiltify and Donor Drive to assess a pre-agreed-upon administration fee after a donation has been received. The money is never
pre-agreed upon, as they already told them that it was 42% before, right? So I don't understand. Why did they do it in first? Did they just not read it? Like, because in this they're saying that they showed them how much they were taking before. Unless I'm just taking this wrong.
Tiltify and Donor Drive simply connect to the charity Stripe, PayPal, Amazon Pay, or other payment accounts and deduct the administration fee. On top of its service fees, Tiltify, for example, charges anywhere from a 3.5 to 5% fee, according to its CEO Michael Wasserman, making the sum of fees that cut into the total donation approximately 10% for most charities. So you are looking at an astronomical difference in terms of the percentage cut that soft giving takes as opposed to Tiltify. It's night and day. No matter how you spin it, this is a smell that smells smelly. Like shit from soft giving. A bunch of bullshit here. And we've only scratched the surface of Jacob Wolf's report. I highly recommend you check it out if you're curious about how deep this goes.
On my own
Apparently, when he
time,
was
though.
trying to get some interviews and statements from
I'll
Soft,
go in more into this on my own time because I have no, like, I'm kind of lost here, but I'm not lost. I get the what he's talking about, but I don't know any of what's going on right now.
giving, he instead faced a lawsuit that was issued to him. So apparently he was sent a letter written by the attorney representing Brandfluence, aka the new soft giving, I guess, that demanded they don't publish this piece. But then he said, we believe in investigative journalism and our First Amendment right to freedom of the press. So Jacob Wolf ended up publishing it anyway, even amidst this lawsuit that he's issued. So big W move there because I think this is important information. It is always extraordinarily scummy for anyone to take advantage of others' kindness. Charity fraud and charity scams, alleged charity fraud and charity scams here, are the lowest of the low that you can possibly sink. It is so exploitative and so just disgusting.
Exactly, because you're not even stealing from those creators. You're just taking from whoever they're like trying to donate it to. Like if it's like a mental why is that the first thing I thought of? If it's like a health hospital, like a regular hospital, or if it's like anything that you would go to charity for, you're taking it away from them. You're not taking it away from like somebody that already has something. You're taking it away from somebody that needs something. That's kind of fucked up. That you're taking money away from somebody that needs something just because you want your pockets to be that full, I guess. Even though they would already be full if you would have just like kept it the same way. Like you would have still got a lot of money, but you're just being greedy.
Just made another report here 4 days ago with the new IRS tax records, and according to this, during 2022, Soft Giving raised more than $3.56 million in donations, according to the tax records filed by the Giving A Foundation, the pass-through nonprofit that Soft Giving partners with. Around 1.92 million of that ultimately went to the intended charities. Nearly 1.65 million, roughly 46% of that money went to soft giving in fundraising expenses.
Okay, so they were giving some out, but they're just giving... They're taking damn near half. Why do they think they deserve so... I don't get it.
The tax records show. Soft giving, more like not giving, 46%? That is downright dirty barnacles. Allegedly. Is it even allegedly if it's public tax filings? But allegedly, I'll just say it to be safe anyway, they seem to have their finger on the trigger of lawsuits. They seem to like to toss those puppies out willy-nilly. So might as well play it safe. Alleged.
Yeah, allegedly.
That's not okay. That's not good at all. Now, another thing that came out in Jacob Wolf's report is that soft giving would also pay streamers to do charity streams. That information isn't new, and it's not exclusive to soft giving. I saw a lot of people did talk about that, and it created a bunch of buzz. But that's actually a conversation that's been had even a few years back. There are sometimes events that are run that will pay a streamer to be the face of it and raise money for it. And that's always going to leave a sour taste in people's mouths, understandably so, because if you're a streamer or a content creator that's raising money for a charitable cause, the impression is that you're doing it from a genuine place of care and wanting to help, as opposed to it being...
A lot of creators aren't like that. A lot of creators will either take the money for themselves. I seen, there was this one people, Carly did a video about them, they took all the money for themselves in a charity event. Because they were raising and it just never got to the charities, and I guess nobody noticed. And he said something happened with the... I don't know, he made it up like something happened with the funds or something. Like there was an issue, a malfunction. I think he said it was a malfunction, and then Charlie made fun of that.
Kind of paid brand partnership. Because it doesn't seem that sincere anymore if you're getting paid to do it. In that case, why are you paying a content creator? You can just take that money that you're going to pay them and put it into the charity itself, you know what I mean? And if the content creator really does care, they run the charity stream with you, is how I would personally view it. I feel like doing paid charity streams is just never going to be a good look, but again, that's not something that's exclusive to soft giving or this report.
Right.
That is something that's been in the industry occasionally for a long time now, unfortunately. That's also a debate that's been had a lot over the last few years since that information became more public knowledge with paid charity streams. I think one of the main arguments in support of that practice was people saying that without a content creator spearheading it and like taking charge of it, it wouldn't have as many eyes, thus wouldn't raise as much money for the charity. And I get that perspective, like that makes sense, but it's still just not really a good look to get paid to do a charity stream, because that money that you're getting paid could very easily just go to the charity as well. I just feel like when it comes to raising money for a good cause, it should come from a good place as opposed to like a transactional thing. But that's just my personal view on it. I don't think paid charity streams are a great thing. But anyway, back to soft giving and how much they take out of the cookie jar here. So, with all of this coming out from Jacob Wolf's report, a lot of streamers have been questioned by the communities, wondering, well, how much did you know, and how do you feel about this? And from everyone that's talked about it loosely so far, it seems that the common sentiment is they had no idea that soft giving operated this way.
I mean, I wouldn't... Okay. I semi-believe that because... No, I'm just going to let him finish.
It seems like streamers were just as surprised to learn this as everybody else, because it wasn't something that was common knowledge that soft giving was taking.
Yes, because that makes a lot more sense, because why would they even know? If they did know about it, what would that even gain them? All the money's going to soft... Why would they do that just to give the money to soft giving? No one wants to do that. It makes no sense. So it makes sense that they didn't know about it.
This much behind the scenes. I think even the streamers that may have been paid to do campaigns probably also didn't know either, because I don't think soft giving would disclose that internally either, because they have to know how shitty of a thing that is, which is why they try and keep it this secret. Alleged secret. So that's kind of what I think. Asmongold on stream said that they're engaged in a lawsuit with soft giving over all of this, with this whole massive controversy and charity scandal. So I guess we'll have to wait to hear more information about how that goes and what the lawsuit will entail. But regardless, this is a situation where everybody loses, especially the donators who gave their hard-earned money to a cause they thought was great, and definitely is a good cause for most of these fundraisers. but were absolutely fucking scammed.
Yes, it is a good cause, just wrong fundraiser.
Alleged. Scammed. By
Exactly, allegedly.
soft giving by not properly disclosing how much money they were taking. It's a tragic thing to exploit people's kindness in that way, especially when it comes financially. You're not only just taking advantage of people's willingness to help others, you're taking their money on top of it too in this pursuit of trying to help others.
They probably have more than the people that are even donating, and they're just taking it for no reason.
It is as low as you can fucking get.
Well, no, there's a reason. It's just a petty ass reason.
So I wanted to just put this on everyone's radar here. I highly encourage you to read Jacob Wolf's report on this for a far more detailed breakdown of everything. I gave you
because it's like Charlie gave me enough information. It's just I'm so far behind. Like I need more insight on this.
Well, it is some scummy shit. So just wanted to talk about this a little bit. I am very curious to see what other streamers will come out to talk about their experience with soft giving, if they choose to, or if this is going to be something that's mainly going to be fought with lawsuits behind the scenes, which is also entirely possible. But we'll just have to wait and see. But anyway, that's about it. See ya.
Alright, y'all. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This was another great video by Moist Critical, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.